welcome back to my channel. So I am here with a video, a coloring tag actually, created by Colors. She has a great YouTube channel here on the platform, and I also follow her on Instagram. Really love her coloring. You may have heard me mention her before because she does just great color palettes, and I love her Lulu Mayo pages. Any hoozles, I'm here to participate in a tag that she has, and it's called Share the Love, I believe, because it's February now, as I'm recording this. She decided to create a tag about sharing our loves for this wonderful hobby that we do, coloring. So I decided to participate in the tag, even though I was not specifically tagged, but it's open for anyone who would like to participate. Don't know if she watches my channel, but I'm pretty sure she follows me on Instagram because I think I remember seeing a comment or something from her before. Anyway, I don't mean to ramble. This might get chatty. Y'all know me. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Oh, and before I forget, I will leave the questions in the description box below in case you would like to participate. Again, it's open to everyone. And if you want to answer the questions, you can. Again, I'll leave them there for you. And let me stop chit-chatting and let's go ahead and get into the first question. First question in this tag is, share a finished page you love. Tell us what you love about it. So I'm going to kind of follow in the footsteps of Erica, and she chose two pictures for her first question. I guess cheating, but not really. It says a finished page, but I'm pretty sure it's just what you love. So I have three that I would like to share. So one is from Symphony of Cute Animals. This is by Kanako Agusa. I cannot wait for her new book, y'all. Cannot wait. Even though it's about a cat, I just love her. She's one of my top 5 artists. Can't wait. But anywhoozles, the picture that I love, that I completed from this book is this one here on the left. I think I completed this a couple of years ago now at this point. Maybe like 2019 to 2021, I believe, is the span. I can't remember because I don't write dates on my pages all the time. But this is one of my favorite pages that I ever colored, one that I love. I love it because I really like the color palette. I don't often do that many autumnal color palettes. I'm not drawn to it. But this one, I think I really tried my best to color everything, give them textures, give them just interesting things to look at, make it look really realistic. I remember getting my inspiration for these cinnamon buns from Pinterest, from ones that I looked up, and I like this page because I really tried my first and last, most up to this point, attempt at coloring toasted marshmallows. It's a tutorial on my channel if you want to learn how to do that. And yeah, I did a bunch of different media. There's metallic gel pen. There are Black Widows. I think I used a lot on here. Prismacolor probably, but I distinctly remember using some Black Widows. I used my Neocolor too for these leaves. A watcher of my channel told me that these are called star anise, so I did learn something from this page because I always would see these, never knew what they were called. Yeah, I just really enjoyed this page. This is one of my favorite artists. I tried really hard to create the textures and everything like I mentioned before, and I just think it came out really great for my skill level at the time. And you know, it's just something that when I look at it and I open this book, it makes me really happy. Plus, you know, this isn't one of my favorites, but I like to see the double page going when you open a book and the colors coordinate. I don't know, it's just really interesting, and I can actually remember precisely what I was doing at this time when I colored this page, but that's personal. I won't get into it. But yes, that's interesting. But yeah, this is a page that I love. I told y'all this was going to be chatty, so I warned you. And if you don't like chat, you know, you probably should have clicked off in the first 5 seconds. Anyway, going to move on to the next page that I absolutely love. So I completed this page, we can say last year now at this point. This page to the right. Oh, this is the English version of Romantic Country by Erie. I do not recommend the English version of these books. I recommend the Japanese versions. The paper is superior. Moving on. This page, I completed this page in 2024, and let me zoom out a tad. One of my favorite pages I've ever colored. I took a lot of inspiration from Pinterest. I looked up a lot of different breads, made me hungry. I wanted to incorporate different textures in this page. I wanted to get the colors kind of true and just different and varied because it is all bread. It could get boring, but I really like that I tried really hard, even using Oops, I shook the tripod. I'm so sorry, y'all. Even using the same handful of colors for all of this bread, I think I managed to differentiate things pretty great. And like I said, I love all the textures. I love my colors, even though it's mostly brown, but it's not boring to me to look at. I love how I incorporated washi tape in my fabrics down here and Josette's bow, if you can even see that. Just really enjoyed this page. I enjoyed every second of coloring this page. I was not bored. I was not frustrated. I didn't have to think about my color choices. It just all turned out great. And this is one of my favorite pages ever that I've colored. And my third page that I love, because I just couldn't narrow it down to one. You just can't, y'all. And it's funny that it's in the same book. But the third page that I love is this bread page. I did this in 2024, early 2024, I believe. And I remember exactly what I was doing when I colored this page, which is funny. And I just love this page because, again, I love the textures that I incorporated. I love how I managed to make the bread look 3D, pop from the page. And again, food is one of my favorite things to color. So I think it really shows when I color food that I'm trying my best and it's something that I really enjoy. I have not a passion, but I like to do it and it shows in the work. And this also has some metallic paint on it. And yeah, those are the 3 pages that I just simply love. I wrote all the questions down, y'all, because I don't know about y'all, but I do not write much in my daily life. And I was like, sometimes I forget what my handwriting looks like. I was like, let me write these questions down instead of like copy and paste digitally and just read it off. But anyway, that's random. I will move on to the second question. Next is share an uncolored page you love. What is it about that page that you love the most? So, y'all, it's so hard for me to narrow down, and then I'm just indecisive in general. So I actually chose like 2 to 3 pages that are uncolored that I really love, and that was hard because I have like probably hundreds. But anyway, I will start with Cinderella. This book is the is it the English version? Yes, it is. It's the English version. This is by Fabiana Attanasio. I remember distinctly, this is my only book that I ever bought off of Book Depository. And they're closed now. But I never really used that service except for this book. But I digress. And these little cards that you see me using, these are by one of my favorite artists, Mystic Art Mirrors. Came when you used to order her books, she would include stuff. Anyway, see how much I digress, y'all? I cannot help it. And I think that because I've been quite solitary and quiet lately, I'm talkative today. Anyway, this is a page that is uncolored, obviously, and I love this page. I love everyone's expressions. I like how it's different things just going on. Like, you could just guess, like, people, what they're saying in their heads or their reactions, what they would be saying. Like, I don't know. I love the look of the page, just everything about it. I just love this page so much. It's one of my favorite uncolored pages, and I could just stare at it and not color it, but I do wish to color this page one day. It is in my very long list of pages that I would like to get to one day. So that is in Cinderella by Fabiana Attanasio. And another page that is an uncolored page that I love is in Minuet de Bonheur by Kanako Aguza. And this is one of the pages that I think about often. I would love to color this double page spread. It would take me eons because the 2 that I've already done in this book took me so long, months and years. I'm not even exaggerating. Like, I think the double page that I did here took me years because I did a little bit, put it away, didn't think I was good enough to finish it, yada, yada, yada. And then the double page spread that I did back here is in the wedding bit. This took years because I did a little bit, put it away, didn't think I was good enough to finish certain aspects of it. And then I did finish it, and I'm showing you all the metallic paint. So, yeah. That was a contender for one of my favorite pages that I ever colored as well. Just throwing it out there. But yes, this market, actually all of these pages are some of my favorite uncolored. But I do want to tackle this market. Coloring with Alina did an amazing job on this page. And it kind of like puts me off from coloring it. Because I'm like, I'm never going to be able to do how I see this in my mind to my skill level. I don't know. But we shall see. But I love about this page that, again, there are just 100 different things going on. Not literally, but kind of is. And, you know, everyone's just little expressions, the little animals. And then what's on this page that I love, y'all? food. I love to color food and clothing, and it's just such a sweet scene. I love it. And I can just see it with all the colors and everything, and just you can make this any season. You could just run away with how you would like to approach this page. That's what I love about it too. And yeah, those are some of the uncolored pages that I have that I love. Let's move on to the next one. Next, we have share a book you love. What draws you to that book? I'm going to go ahead and leave Minuet de Mono up here because this is one of my all-time favorite books ever. I don't know why. I just simply love all of the images in this book. The double page spreads are good. The expressions on all of the animals are just so precious and sweet. I love that I can do some backgrounds if I want or not. I don't know. It just takes you through a lot of the seasons. It just has so many different scenes. It has food. It has clothing. It just has so many textures and colors and whatever to practice if you would like. Like I said, it has some holiday scenes, sweet little cozy scenes. It's just, you could play with lighting effects. I mean, it's just endless, I think, what you can achieve in this book. And Kaneko Ogusa is one of my favorite illustrators. And I just really just love this book. I mean, I'm not going to be too thrilled about coloring the bugs because I deplore bugs in real life. I'm scared of them. Oh my gosh, it's not even funny. But anyway, this page I actually outlined because I don't like mice, y'all. I live in a city. So I've had city mice in plenty of places that I live. Not because I'm dirty or disgusting, but that's just parts of life. Mice get in your home. And I have had mice in my homes before in the past. And sometimes every once in a while, we'll get a field mouse in my house. I freak out. I cannot stand mice. I think they are disgusting and I don't like them. Every creature serves their purpose. I just am not a fan. So in saying all that, I really have a plan to try to make this a chocolate bar. As you can see, I kind of outlined this and I was going to continue to draw the banana. And when I do this ice cream, I'm going to like paint over this, maybe make this a chocolate bar because I just don't want to color these mice, y'all. Like, I understand people think they're cute and stuff, and Kaneko loves to draw mice and help, you know, the little scene out and make it cute, but I'm just not a fan. I really want to color these frogs, like poisonous dart frogs with like really bright neon colors. I have a plan for this. We'll see. But anyway, yeah, like pictures live in your mind, you know? I have a lot of pictures that just live in my mind, and I'm like, ooh, I have ideas for it. But I don't write them down, and I don't print out little pictures to be like, oh, I'm going to color it this way, because I color by mood. So say I want to color it one way, 1 year, and then I put the page off, and then when I come to it, I have another idea. Could be better. I don't know. Could be a different color scheme. So that's why I really don't pre-plan, but I appreciate people who pre-plan. However, said all that to say, it's a book I love. And I've done, you know, quite a few pages in here. So, you know, that just goes to show that I really do like this book, and it's one that I often pick up just to flip through, and also because I color in it. So that was a long-winded explanation, rather. And yeah, it's just a book that I love. You could tell because I speak with such joy and, I guess, what do you call it? I was thinking of the word, can't think of it now. But I speak with such joy with this book because I really love it. And I'm just grabby hands. I cannot wait to get this new book soon by her. But anyway, I will move on to the next. Next, we have share a background you love. Was it the process of creating it or the end result you loved? So here we go with a chatty response to this one. So backgrounds that I love, I've chosen a handful here, and this is from Camilla Derrico's Cute and Creepy book, which I recently found a new home for because that book just wasn't my vibe, even though I really adore her other books that I own. But this is from this book. I took it out because I did a lot of work on this page, and it's one of my favorite pages I've ever done, ever. So this could have been in question 1, actually. I forgot about it until I looked through my binder. I digress. I love this background because I was super creative with it. I just automatically thought of Pokemon, and a lot of her creatures that she draws in her books remind me of Pokemon. I grew up catching Pokemon. That was my whole life for a handful of years. I'm from the generation where Pokemon was like created and blew up and took over the world. So that's all I thought about when I saw this page, and my favorite color is purple. I thought of Ghastly. here we have the page. And I just love all the glossy accents, and just that the fact that I just had that creative urge and the idea, and then it actually came to fruition the way that I saw it in my mind is just amazing. So, oh, and here's a Haunter, because Ghastly evolves into Haunter for those who don't know about Pokemon. But yeah, this is one of my favorite backgrounds that I ever created, and the reasons that I love it. This one is from Misfits Volume 12. I recently found homes for my Misfits books, except one because I kept the winter one. But this page, I love the background because I believe I used Color 2, or yeah, I'm thinking Color 2, and some metallic paint that I have that I don't even use anymore, but I own it. And I love this background because I drew in Jack Skellington and I drew in Zero from the characters from the movie The Nightmare Before Christmas. And all I thought about was Sally for some reason when I saw this page, and this already was here. I just made her look like Sally the best that I could. And then, of course, Jack and Zero naturally accompanies Sally. So that's what I ended up doing, y'all. And I really love the stickles that I incorporated in the page, and the glitter and whatnot. Metallic paints, glossy accents, and yeah, I think I used a lot of marker for this too. Whimsy Girls Through the Decades. This is by Hannah Lynn, and I have a couple backgrounds in here that I love. This page right here, I love the background because this was my first time, I think, or one of my first times using acrylic paint pens other than Posca. I use actually they're chalk markers that you can write on the windows and glass with that people use a lot. And I use chalk markers for the background, actually. Some Posca, because that's what the black and white is. And then I like that I tried this brick tutorial by Katarina Zubakowska. I follow her on Instagram and YouTube. She's like out of this world colorist. And yeah, this background was really fun to do because I like the colors. I mean, it ate up my paper like something terrible. And I did this in 2021, I think it says. My sloppy handwriting. But yeah, I love the background because of the colors and just how I think it looks really cool and incorporates the era, kind of, quote unquote, that this drawing is meant to be from, 90s. And then this background I love because it's just neon, and anytime I get to splatter some paint is a good time for me because I just love to play in paint, like in general in life. I don't know why, but I do. And yeah, this was really fun and so funny story. My power went out temporarily when I was coloring this page, and I think I was sick. So those are two things that I could distinctly remember from coloring this page. And I just love all the bright colors, and just, again, because I got to splatter paint. Lastly, I have Fairy Tale Princess coloring book. This is by Mystic Art Maris, and I love the background. I do like this background, but it's not going on this prompt. But again, I got the splatter paint, and I used watercolor paint on here. Love this background because it's just simple. It was just the colors that I used in the picture, and it just works. I don't know, it just adds to the fun vibe of this page, and I really like that. And then lastly, I have this background. So this background I did completely inspired by Mystic Art Mirror's original painting. She did way better than me, but she did Peter and Wendy flying in the background because this is meant to be Tinkerbell, and I just took full inspiration from that. I think I used even the same colors, and I really like how I did the flowers. I think I did all of this with ink tints or Color 2 or watercolor. I'm not even sure at this point because it was so long ago, y'all. And yeah, I really love this background because even though it wasn't my own 100% original idea, I really just love how it came out as to the picture. It has fun textures, and I think it just works. So that is what I love about all of these backgrounds that I've done for my coloring journey so far. And yeah, I'm not a background person though. I'm not a big background person. I don't start with the background to set the stage for my pictures, and I don't often envision the colors and what I'm going to go for in the background. Often the background is the last thing I do when I color, and only very rarely, if I have an idea, I'll do the background first. But even in this, I think I might have done this first, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, for this background. Like if I have an idea, I think I do the background first, but usually I dread it. It's the last thing I do. And sometimes I'm just like, do we always really need a background? To which my mom says no, because she likes to look at my coloring. And she's like, everything doesn't need a background. And I'm like, this is true. But I don't know why we feel the urge to always put stuff in the background. I don't know. Let's have a conversation about it in the comments. Let me know. Next, I have share what type of pages you love to color. And she gives examples like cutesy, portraits, realistic, etc. Why do you prefer that style? So I'm going to quickly run through this. So I love to color food. It's one of my favorite subjects to color. Again, because I don't have to think about what colors to make food. I mean, you could go fantasy, of course, if you would like, and I would really want to try that in the future about some food. Think it'll be cool, but for the most part, I don't have to think about what colors to do, food or food colors. I don't have to second guess myself, and I don't know what it is about food. I mean, I love food. I need to eat to live. But I don't know. I just like to color food. I don't know why. And I know some people don't, but it's just my jam. It's just something that I like to do. And I like to try to make it look realistic for the most part. I think most food that I've colored, I've tried to make it look realistic for the most part. And yeah, I like to color food. I like to color portraits. And I like to color scenes. I don't often like, I don't often color um architecture like buildings and the like because I just don't know how to make them. Well, I can't say I don't know how to make them look 3D, but I don't always know what colors to color buildings, and I would like them to look, not flat, and I would like them to look 3D. I like to color portraits. I brought this book out just to show, like, which I have many books with people in it, but I haven't showed JBG in a minute. I like to color portraits. I love to make different skin tones. At first, I used to think coloring people was weird. I don't think, if I remember, if I liked it, but I just didn't. It wasn't something I look forward to. Now it's the first thing I do if I have a page with a portrait. Obviously a portrait, but if I have a page with people, I'm coloring the skin first. I love to make just different skin tones. Like, look how many different skin tones I achieved just on this like little 4-block vignette style page. This is like an early skin. Like, I've developed so much, and I'm just able to just really enjoy the process. I like to just see what I could come up with, even though I do pretty much, I use the same colors all the time. Like, when I'm coloring skin tones, I think I do, but I don't know. I just enjoy seeing like the different shades and everything that I can do and create or think of. And yeah, I love to color portraits and food and scenes. So I think I prefer that style because, again, I don't have to think about food colors when I color food. And then the skin, I don't know. I just really like to just develop my skill coloring different skins. I mean, I could have showed way better examples than this, but because this got a lot going on, we're just going to show these little vignette portraits. But yeah, I just prefer portraits and people because, I don't know. I'm not going to use the word fun. Is it fun? I don't know. But I just like to do it. So there we go. And we can move on to the next. Next up, I have share what objects you love to color. And she lists examples such as hair, landscapes, florals, etc. What are you excited to color? First of all, those who know me know I'm never excited to color no damn florals. I hate them. But anyway, I mean, I love flowers in real life. Love to look at them. I love to see them drawn, but it's not my favorite thing to color at all. I don't know how y'all have the patience out there because a lot of people love florals. That's my floral tangent. My favorite things to color, my favorite objects to color are metal, food, obviously. I do like to color clothing, and I like to color skin. Is skin an object? I don't know. But here are some examples of, like, obviously food that I've colored. We aren't going to spend all day on all of my food. I know y'all sick and tired of me with the food, and I'm probably making you hungry, and I apologize for that. But metal, here's some really cool metal that I did. This was a couple of years ago, actually, that I did this, and I'm really proud of like how I kind of reflected this color on the metal right here. I want to get better at that because I haven't tried it that often, to be honest. Here is some metal that I did actually on some clothing, which I thought was really cool. Came out really great. I love this page. It's so fun. I used my Black Widows with a marker base for this. Killed my hands, but it was fun. I don't really have a lot of metal on here, kind of right here, but I'm just grabbing some of the books that I had. Here's Brienne. This is from the Game of Thrones coloring book. Really enjoy every second of coloring the metal on this page. That was my favorite part, other than coloring her skin. And I looked at reference photos, but I do like how I basically tried to mimic how someone else had colored this, but I mimicked exactly how they did their coloring for the reflection of her armor on the sword. So I really like how I did that. And then this, well, last year now, really enjoyed coloring the Hound, Sandor Clegane in this book, and enjoy every second of coloring all of this metal on this page. And I don't know, it's an odd thing to want to color metal, but I've been in the mood to color metal lately, so I need to find me a page with some metal going, because I don't know, it's just one of my favorite things that I really enjoy coloring. I always try to make it look somewhat realistic in my eyes. It's not going to be 100%, I wish, photo real, but you know, it's to what my skill level is right now, and I just enjoy coloring the metal. So metal, food, clothing, even though I didn't show very much clothing, but yeah, those are like pretty much the objects that I really enjoy every second of coloring, and I don't dread it. And sometimes whenever I'm in the mood for it, I will distinctly search for a page containing those elements because I want to color those elements. I'll just look for a page with that and just be just as happy coloring that. So we can move on to what I have to share next. Next up, I have share what embellishments you love to use, and she lists examples such as stickles, watercolor, etc. I do love to use watercolor. I actually use watercolor on this page because it's fun to play in it and just see what effects like you can make, because I mean you could do so much. And I'm not well versed in watercolor. I do not do watercolor paintings or anything like that. I only really play around with it when I want to incorporate it on the backgrounds or whatever part of my coloring pages. So I do like to use watercolor, but my personal love of embellishments, can y'all guess? It's stickles. It's stickles and metallic paint. I love the metallic paint. And I actually, hold on one second. I grabbed this as an example. I actually will lay down a base of metallic. Let me zoom in a bit. I will actually lay down a base of metallic watercolor oftentimes, and then very gently go over with my pencil to add depth. So, I mean, that just makes another way for me to be able to color gold. And it's really fun and interesting to look at, I think. And yeah, so I love to use my metallic paint and stickles. And stickles is basically, you can hear that little ASMR. Stickles is basically some textured glitter glue. I mean, it can glue things, but I don't like to reference it as a glue. But it's a glitter glue, sold as a glitter glue. Very popular in the coloring community, card making community, scrapbook community. I first learned of them through reading with Pugs Jen and her using it in her coloring, and I was like, ooh, what? That's beautiful. Also, I would say glossy accents. I would say glossy accents, stickles, and metallic paint are my loves of embellishments. And I'll show something else that's super sparkly and glittery. This, like, I just can stare at it all day. I don't know, I'm sorry I'm shaking the tripod, but I just love my stickles, and I love my metallic paint because it's what I use to do my very well-known folks who follow me and watch me, my white hair is one of the ways that I really love to make that happen in my coloring. And yeah, and so if you don't know what stickles are, I would say glitter gel pens too, but not as much as stickles and metallic paint. So if you don't know what stickles are this brand, like I said, of glitter glue, and it's 3D. So if you use it on a one-sided page, you have to be careful because you will most likely be able to feel it through your page unless you really like smooth it out or you use a thin layer, and then it won't be as textured when you're trying to color on the other side. But they come in so many different colors. I have been fiending to order some new colors that I found, but one sold out, and that was the main color that I wanted to make my order for, and I'm kind of upset I didn't strike while the iron was hot on that one. You study long, you study wrong, such as my parents say. Any hoozles, this is the brand Stickles. They have plenty of glitter glues that aren't this brand, but I'm brand loyal. I'm sorry, I'm one of them people, so if it's not Stickles, I don't want it. And it comes out, little squeezy tube. You have control over the nozzle. I like to keep a safety pin in my pencil case so that I can stick it down in there if I encounter any clogs or whatnot. And then I like to do this after I use it just to clean up the tips. But yeah, they come in little squeeze tubes, and the nozzle makes for great accuracy. You can even like write out words and stuff, obviously. And look at that, it's just so sparkly and glittery. I mean, it's so many different colors, and these are not all of my stickles. These are all my colored stickles except black and clear. My clear ones live in a different container, but it's just a regular container that I probably had some food in at one point, And, you know, I was just like, I'm going to put my stickles in it. And they do recommend storing them upside down, even though they have like little stands and stuff that you could buy, which I think is just trying to get your money when you could just do this. But yeah, they do have these. And then for my metallic paint's sake, I'm trying to get this paint off my finger now. For my metallic paint's sake, these are some little cheap ones I bought from this store we have called Five Below, and they're supposed to color shift, which they do. And then these were gifted to me by my bestie Francis. These are the Coliro pearlescent pearl colors. These are gorgeous, amazing. I don't use them frequently because as you can see, because these are very pinks and very specific pinks and whatnot, even though there's golds in there. But you know, I'm just stingy, I don't want to use up my stuff. But this I have used, as you can see, a lot. These are the Gansai Tambi. People like to correct you and be very specific of which one they are. Whatever, it's metallic paint to me. I don't really have any like picks or preferences or anything. These just so happen to be the ones that I own. This was the very first set of metallic paints that I bought way back when in my coloring journey. I started my coloring journey 2017 April. So I bought these within that first year to 2 year span of that, and they're still kicking. And as you can see, my white is the most used because I do use this a lot for hair, for like tights on people. I've used it for like stockings that women wear. You could put it over anything and it has that like iridescence and it's kind of clearish white, pearly white. Works really great. So yeah, these, I think, are these all? These are all the metallic watercolors that I own. I do own metallic gouache. It's in like that Arteza set. But I don't put that out often enough, even though there's some great colors in that. But yeah, metallic watercolor and stickles, I would have to say. Oh, and glossy accents are like the loves of my embellishments. I'll get my glossy accents. Glossy accents are the same as stickles in a way because it comes in a little nozzle like so. I bought this really big one. I used to have a little one, but I used it all up on Amazon. I bought this, and you can put it on your eyes to make them glossy. I've used it on windows. What else have I used it on? You can use it on raindrops, just anything, teeth, lip gloss, like whatever you want to make glossy. And it is 3D when it dries. I don't know if it's going to catch, but if you put a thin enough layer, then it won't really be too much of a fuss when you try to color on the opposite side. So this is a must if you want things to look shiny and glossy and you don't really have to put that much effort in. It's amazing. So yeah, those are the loves of my embellishments. That was long-winded and I'm sorry, but you know, I get excited about these three things because it's like, I love them. I love to add them so much in my coloring, and it's just random. Like I don't really have a method to where I'm like, oh, I know I'm going to put stickles sometimes, but like this just happened to be random to put it on the leaves or whatever. So yeah, we can move on to the next. Okay, we are nearing the end, y'all. Plus, I don't want to make this too long because memory purposes, but on my phone. But the next thing that I have to share is share what color you love to use on your pages. Is it the same as your favorite color? My favorite color of all time, and since before I could even talk, is purple. Any shade of purple. Eggplant, aubergine, lilac, lavender. Don't care. Love purple to death before I could talk. Because I was a huge fan of Barney and it stuck with me through life. I was never a trader or a turncoat on my favorite color. It's always will be purple. But aside from that, my favorite, well, the color I love to use on my pages is blue. Blue is my mom's favorite color. I don't know if that's like subliminal or what, or I don't know. But I love to do blue skin. So this picture is from Jasmine Beckett Griffith. This is from her mermaids book, I think, obviously because it's a mermaid, but she has mermaids in her first book, but I'm not sure, y'all. I didn't write it down or anything, and I did this years ago. But I love to color blue skin. This is one of my favorites that I've done, and I'll give a few more examples. I won't hold this one too long. I did this kind of mixture of this blue. I could have gotten my other book where I did another blue skin, but I did this blue, like I want to say, it's not like a teal, but it's like a tealy blue. I really love to just do blue skin, and mostly they're mermaids because I think how apropos. But yeah, I did it like a kind of reflective blue. I got this idea from Pinterest, from something that I was inspired seeing on there. But yeah, I just love to color blue skin. I don't know what it is about me doing that, but I don't know. It's just interesting to try to see which blues I can use to achieve like my shadows and stuff where I would normally put it on a normal skin. I don't know if that makes sense, but I don't know. I just like to color blue skin, and it's one of my favorite colors to use. Also, just because it's easy to throw in the background, because it could be an ocean, it could be a sky, it could be whatever, because it's blue, you know? And yeah, that's just one of the colors that I love to use on my pages. And obviously my favorite color is made of blue. Red and blue make purple, but my favorite color purple. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Second to last, I have share what hobbies you love other than coloring. Are you an indoor cat or an more outdoorsy cat, is how she phrased it. So I have a lot of hobbies outside of coloring. My main hobby that takes up every ounce of my brain space, whether I'm relaxing or really thinking about it or not, or whatever, is nail art. Y'all who have been on my channel for a while know that I simply love nails. And by nails, I mean like painting nails, designing nails. I have this right here, which is like just some nails I have ready to go for me to throw on. I made these for Valentine's Day. It's like 3D, really cool hearts. This was like a ghost Hello Kitty that I drew for Halloween. But anyway, get beside the point. I love nails. I have like one of these. Hold on, I will back out a bit. This is where I keep a lot of nails that I have worn or have yet to wear, and I will zoom in a bit. So I just love to draw. This is like Care Bear. I love to draw like characters on nails. As you can see, this is like Scooby-Doo. I'm shaking the tripod way too much. Give me a sec here and get myself situated. I drew Popeye and Olive Oil, Doug and Patty. Like, I just love to draw different characters, like pumpkins for fall. Like, I don't know, tie-dye. I've done some Stranger Things situation. I've done Zero and Jack, like in spring, and Jack is holding like a dead flower and it has like 3D flowers. I don't know. Futurama, Eeyore, Pooh, like some Pokemon ones that I've done. I don't know. This really takes up every iota of every brain cell that I have, because I just simply love to just draw on my nails. I don't know. It's been a hobby of mine for more than 10 years, I would say. It started as a hobby. But some of you may know that I do have my own press-on nail business, because all of these are fake nails. You can glue them on. You can wear them temporarily, longer, whatever. That's basically what I'm doing all the time. And now I have shut down my website because I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to keep going or not. But I can't stop making nails, y'all. Like, I can't. It's just something that I'm always doing, always thinking about. And yeah, I just really enjoy it. So even though I'm not selling them actively right now, even though I am, but I'm not, it's just something that I love to do. And I just love to just create and just play around with color and just have so much fun. So yes, that is my main focus outside of coloring, like just in life in general. That is one of my hobbies, even though turned / business, but will always be a hobby and a passion. And another hobby that I have is drawing. As you can see, I love to draw on nails, but I also used to try to sketch, but I find that I have way more fun coloring always. Like, even if I was to draw something, I have way more fun coloring in things than I do drawing things. But I've always been a drawer and a colorer my whole life. Always been right brain, always been creative since childhood. I used to write books. I used to illustrate books, my own stories and everything. It's just something that has always been just literally in my blood, ingrained in me by some force of nature. And I don't think it'll ever go away. And I like that. I really do. But I'll show y'all some sketches that I've done, like in my actual sketchbook. Give me one sec. So yes, I actually have a sketchbook. I think my mom bought this for me for like some years ago, because I was like, I want to start drawing. And do I draw anymore? No, y'all. Like, very rarely. I'll draw something on my coloring pages, but it's not often. Because again, I like to color more. So I did this like January 2020. I was on mouse, so you can even see the really bad like fox or whatever neck thing I was doing. I don't know. I think it's kind of cute. His head is not proportionate. That's what I have issues with in drawing too, is proportions. So like, I'll look up some tutorials about just doing some random like shading and stuff, and that's pretty much what this is. And me trying to draw like a nose tutorial thing that I found on YouTube. This is from like 2020, like a folded over leaf. I don't know, just like, you know, just sketching. I wish I would have kept my sketchbook from high school though, because that's when I really had like cool stuff, and I don't know, I threw it away. I used to do calligraphy as well, like in high school, but I didn't keep with it. So that's drawing, kind of, sort of, if you want to count even on nails, is another hobby that I have outside of coloring. And I kind of crochet, kind of not. That's a hobby that I have, but I don't like to count, y'all. Like, and then when I mess up one stitch, I take the whole thing apart, no matter how far I got along. And I'm just not the best crocheter. And I follow like this really amazing lady, Nastasia. I don't know if y'all know her. If you crochet or knit on YouTube, I just follow her for the kicks. Love it. I don't know. I love to look at it, but am I going to keep up with it? No. And my mom actually bought me like this really cool crochet book where you can make bookmarks and dog clothes and like so many things. I just like to look at it. I have yarns and things. Hold on one sec. Like, I think I mentioned before, like some years ago, about me doing this, but I have yarns and things where I actually, my favorite thing to do in crochet is to make a waffle knit. And it's really cool. And at first I was like, ooh, real ambitious. I'm going to make so many of these and stitch them together and make this and make that. Did I follow through, y'all? No, I did not. But it's kind of like a hobby that I have outside of coloring, but I don't keep up with it because I'm impatient and I don't like to count my stitches. And I'm a perfectionist, so I want it to be perfect the very first time I do something, and I don't want to do it over and struggle. So that's like a mental thing that I have with this too. So yeah, it's a hobby, but it's not. And I say all that to say about the latter part of her question. Where are you, an indoor cat or an outdoor cat? I'm not a cat person. I don't want to qualify myself as a cat. So, yeah. But anyway, I am an indoor person. A billion zillion percent before it was even cool to stay in the house. Like, I was always in the house. As a kid, I stayed outside, very active, rugged, falling out of trees, jumping around, scraping knees. But as I got to be a teenager, of course, I was more so in the house. I started to be my latter teens up until like now adulthood. I love to be in my house, to be cozy, have my snacks, have my comforts. Like, I'm a house a billion percent any day. But I'll go out, obviously. Uh, yeah, I am, but we can do all these hobbies outside. I mean, you can crochet outside, you can color outside, you can draw outside. I don't know if I could paint nails outside because I kind of need some electricity going for my lamp, but most of my hobbies can be done either or. Like, I make jokes all the time. Like, if the lights go out, I'm perfectly fine. All I need is a candle. Like, and I'm straight. I can do whatever hobby that I need to do, reading, all that. So yeah, that is pretty much the gist of the hobbies that I have outside of coloring. Yeah, I have a lot, right? But do I do them every day, all day? No, I do not. Even coloring, it's like I have the desire to color like every day. I want to color. Do I sit down and focus and do it? No. Uh, so we can move on to the last prompt, and this chatty, super talkative video will come to its end. Lastly, I have share what you love most about coloring in our wonderful coloring community. So what I love most about coloring is there aren't rules. Just like in art, I feel like there aren't rules. There aren't constrictions. No one can tell you, oh, don't color that apple, purple. Like, you can do whatever you want to do. You can be as creative as you want. You can express yourself so much. I love that about coloring. It's just one of the simplest, easiest, I think, hobbies that you can just pick up, because if you have motor skills, you can pretty much color. Like, it's just a hobby for everyone. Doesn't matter your age. It just doesn't matter. Like, I think will always be something that people gravitate toward because it's just so easy and freeing. That's what I love most about coloring. And for the coloring community, as far as that goes, I've met one of the best friends that I have in life through coloring, and we are a notion apart, more so now because she's moved, but I'm talking about Coloring F. Met her through coloring, just on a random. I got to watching her videos because at that time I was involved in Reading with Pugs Jen, another friend of mine that I met through coloring. That's really just awesome that we can all connect this way. I was on her Facebook group and just met Sammy as well, Coloring Chat with Sammy. Like, I've just met so many amazing people that I would have not known otherwise. And it just is amazing to have something in common with people who understand your passion and your excitement for little things like stickles, or you can go ahead and just be as happy and just joyous about a hobby, and you can turn to people and show them and have buddy colors and be like, hey, what do you think of this? And like, you can ask for it's just amazing. And it's amazing that every hobby has that these days with the internet, and you can get connected with people who share your common interests, and you can just geek out, so to speak, about whatever you're into. Birds, I don't know, whatever floats your root beer. And the coloring community is no different from any other community in that way. And if you have been to the end of this video and you made it, leave a crayon. Like I like to say when I do my collection videos, leave a crayon if you made it to the end. I appreciate y'all. Please stay safe out here. Take it easy, and I'll see you in my next video.